Hi, today I'm going to be talking to you about drones. With drones expanding and getting bigger and bigger in uses in today's world, I want to explain to you guys why drones are good. I work on drones, I like my drones, and a lot of people have a misconception about them that they're a bad thing. So today I'm going to teach you about them, I'm going to tell you why they're good, and hopefully by the end of the video you'll understand. So I'm going to start with the drones in America. Drones in America. Personal drones are becoming pretty big. Drone racing is becoming a big hobby. It's the first non-sport that's on ESPN. They showed earlier this year. What drone racing is guys take these drones and they fly through malls or obstacles and old abandoned warehouses. They set up these rings that they have to go through, and then they race. They have a few rounds, and then the first one to the end obviously wins. Why this is a good thing is it's getting a lot of people out there getting into drones, having a good time, keeping people from off the streets doing bad things, just getting them into another hobby, which is really cool. Another thing that Personal Drones is doing is, I know a lot of people like to watch YouTube videos, myself included, and drones are making these videos a lot better. With the drones, these people are able to go up high in the air, and they're able to show you the landscape and everything they're doing. I watch fishing videos, so these guys, they go out and they show where the boat's at and all the surrounding area, which I think is really cool. And now they came out with underwater drones, which is even cooler because then you can see the fish and everything else. Another thing that they're using them for is on hikes. People are taking them out so they can see what's ahead of them or they can see what's behind them. Maybe if you get lost, you throw your drone up and you're able to find your way out. So personal drones are becoming pretty cool. I highly suggest trying them out or looking into them and watching videos on YouTube. Next, I want to talk about military drones. That's what I do. I work on drones. I work on MQ-9 Reapers, and I used to work on MQ-1 Predators. So military drones is where the biggest problem comes from. People think they're bad because they go overseas and they do what they do. They're not bad. They're not as bad as people think they are. So yes, they go after high targets. Yes, they go over people that the United States deems as bad. But they do not take out innocent people like people said. Our unit itself is a 99% rate of not hitting people who they're not targeting, and they haven't killed anybody who they haven't targeted this year. So that's good. Yes, they may have blown up some cars and buildings, and that is bad. It's not good. But they also are so precise and so precision, and they have so many restrictions and rules that they make it very difficult to hurt somebody. And if somebody's in the area, they're not allowed to fire at all. So they're very careful about what they do. With that, the drones do keep people safe overseas as well. They help us notify locals in the neighborhoods around that, hey, these bad guys are moving your way. You guys need to be careful. Watch out. Or they're able to tell our troops, hey, there's an ambush in front of you, or this is coming at you guys. Get ready for it. So it doesn't all do bad. It doesn't only shoot. It does a lot of good with its surveillance, and I think that's a big thing. It saves a lot more lives than it actually takes. So that's what I have to say about that. Next, I want to go over government drones. The government is purchasing more and more drones as bigger assets. And it's not only big drones, it's little drones, medium-sized drones, and big drones, obviously. But the government agencies that are using them, CIA is using these, the Border Patrol, and other law enforcement agencies are using these drones. So I want to get into a little bit of that. The law enforcement drones are using them for, like I said, Border Patrol. They're using them for more monitoring speed right now. They've used them quite a few times in the past few years to get drug bust and big drug rings and put these people down. So they're still trying to get all the kinks out, work the kinks out with the FAA, so they have more of an understanding what they can do and where they can go. But right now they're using them the best they can. Next, I want to talk about drones in the world. So drones in the world are a little bit like the United States. Their restrictions are a lot more strict than ours. So most countries don't allow personal drones. I know one country in Europe uses birds of prey. I believe it's hawks that take down personal drones. So they're not as keen to allow you to use those things as we are. But some countries, as Australia, are using them for shark attacks. They're flying over the waters, and when they see a shark in the water, they're notifying the ground, and they're able to get people out of the water before shark attacks. So the shark attacks have actually decreased since 2016, since they have been using these drones. Other locations, such as Europe, mostly Europe, is purchasing more and more drones from the United States, so they can have more surveillance on their borders, try to keep more terrorists out and protect their people. So they're not so much using them to go overseas and take out bad people as more as protection. It's a more of a precautionary thing with them, able to notify their agencies, hey, these guys are moving in, we need to get our people out, or we need to get somebody on this. So I feel like that's a really good step for European countries. So let's go into industrial uses. So they're starting to use more of this in industrial work, mostly for surveying at the time. They're able to go up and look, see the landscape. Okay, maybe we can build over here, maybe we can dig over there. So that's all right now that they're using them for in industrial wise, but in the future I see them using them for more things. A big thing, and I really appreciate this, search and rescue. They're using them a lot more. Helicopters are really good and they're a big thing, but you can get more drones up without having to send more people up. And when you're able to do that, you can keep the drone up a lot longer than you can a helicopter. So they're sending these drones up and they're able to find people who are missing or stuck in the mountains or out in the desert. So they're getting a lot of people back safe with this, and they're able to deliver care packages and everything else. So that's a very good thing with these drones as well. So I want to talk about future uses with drones. So we talked a little bit about personal drones and government drones and where other countries are headed with their drones. How Australia uses it for shark attacks. So a few things that they're looking at in the United States mostly is delivering mail with drones. So they're talking about delivering packages with drones and whatnot instead of having to send people on planes and everything else. But with that, so they're talking about getting commercial airline drones. This is a touchy subject, I think, because a lot of people aren't going to feel comfortable without a pilot. But this is in our future, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if the FAA is going to approve it, but that's going to be a long way from now, I believe. It's going to be an increased number of drones in the military in the United States and also overseas, especially with everything happening with Korea. Also, they're going to be using drones for construction to bring things up and down high towers and everything instead of having to send people. So the drones are going to help out decrease a lot of manual labor. So everything we went over with that, we're going to go over drone limits. FFA is, like I said, they're not allowing planes to fly in certain areas. They're monitoring all of that. And that's all I want to say about the FFA. So with that, that's going to be the end of my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you like drones after this. Thank you.